What if I told you there's a ride-hailing app that was born in Estonia, competes with Uber, and is growing at an incredible pace in markets where few others dare to go? It's called Bolt, and it doesn't just offer rides, it also rents scooters, delivers food, and invests in electric vehicles, all while keeping prices low and operations lean. Today on Economy Factor, we're diving into the company that, from the edges of Europe, is challenging the global giants of ride-hailing and urban mobility. This is the story of how Bolt became the European Uber, and maybe even its worst nightmare. It all started in Tallinn, Estonia, back in 2013. Markus Willig, just 19 years old at the time, set out to create a transport platform that could connect users with taxis more efficiently. With no prior experience, he asked his family for a small loan, hired a developer, and launched Taxify, Bolt's original name. His initial strategy? Start in cities that Uber was ignoring. Instead of rushing into London, Paris, or Berlin, he focused on Eastern Europe and the Baltics, areas with high digital penetration but low competition. This allowed him to validate the model without getting caught in a pricing war against giants like Uber. Today, Marcus is one of the youngest CEOs to lead a European company. His story is proof that determination and local adaptation can overcome a lack of capital or connections. While Uber was busy fighting for space in major developed cities, Bolt pursued a strategy focused on regions that weren't as attractive to market leaders, but held strong growth potential. Nigeria, South Africa, Ukraine, Croatia, Kazakhstan, all places where Bolt could tailor its approach to local needs. Bolt didn't just enter Africa, it conquered it strategically. In cities like Lagos, Cape Town, Accra, or Nairobi, the app positioned itself as a safer, more reliable, and accessible option compared to informal taxis or overwhelmed public transport. One of its key advantages was cultural and technological adaptation. For instance, in countries with limited digital banking, Bolt prioritized cash and mobile payment options. It also developed driver training materials in local languages and strengthened its customer support to solve issues in real time. Thanks to all that, it became the ride-hailing leader in markets where Uber couldn't scale as fast. Instead of copying a global model, Bolt understood that to grow in Africa, it had to build with and for local realities. And by operating in places with poor public transport systems, Bolt quickly became a functional and affordable solution. It didn't need to beat Uber, because Uber wasn't even there. This move was a silent disruption. Bolt didn't go head-to-head with the big players in their strongholds. It gained ground from the sidelines where no one was looking. The next step was obvious. If Bolt already ruled the streets with cars, why not add other transport options? In 2018, Bolt launched its e-scooter service, integrating new mobility options into the same app. Then came electric bikes, food delivery, Bolt Food, and more recently, car sharing and minute-based car rentals. The logic is simple yet powerful: one app, many ways to move. This not only improves the user experience but also diversifies revenue streams and allows for better adaptation to different urban realities. By developing and managing its own hardware, like scooters and charging stations, Bolt ensures a level of quality and efficiency that outsourced operators can't always match. But diversification didn't stop at transportation. In 2022, Bolt launched Bolt Market, or its quick commerce proposal, integrating local supermarkets into the app to deliver essential goods in under 30 minutes. Unlike other platforms like Glovo or Uber Eats, Bolt doesn't just do delivery. It also manages its own dark stores, which are closed warehouses with dedicated inventory. That lets them control the logistics chain more efficiently. This vertical integration is part of Bolt's broader goal to become a complete urban platform, solving both mobility and everyday needs all within a single app. Unlike many startups that grew by burning investor cash on aggressive marketing, Bolt has been more conservative with its expansion. It's leaned on European investment funds, especially the European Investment Bank, by positioning itself as a sustainable and efficient alternative. It has also shown remarkable flexibility when adapting to local regulations. In cities where other apps clash with traditional taxis, Bolt has taken a more cooperative approach, allowing conventional taxi drivers onto the platform or complying with local rules faster than its rivals. This pragmatic strategy has allowed Bolt to operate in over 45 countries, with more than 150 million users and far fewer controversies than its competitors. While both Bolt and Uber offer similar services, their strategies couldn't be more different. Uber has pursued an aggressive global expansion, pouring massive investments into advanced technologies like autonomous vehicles. Bolt, on the other hand, relies on a localized approach, staying close to the specific needs of each city and country. Uber presents itself as a tech company that happens to do mobility. Bolt presents itself as a mobility platform solving real-world urban problems. And the most striking contrast, while Uber has raised prices in many cities, Bolt maintains lower fares thanks to leaner cost structures, a massive advantage in price-sensitive markets. The differences don't stop there. Compared to other giants like Didi, Bolt stands out even more. Didi has faced legal issues over data usage in China and reversed much of its international expansion. Uber has been forced to rethink its labor model due to regulatory pressures in the US and Europe. Bolt has taken a different path, adapting its services to local laws, welcoming traditional taxis in markets that require it, and avoiding major conflicts with governments. That regulatory agility has helped it move forward where others back out, gaining traction in key regions without having to force its model. By 2025, Bolt is no longer a small Estonian startup. It's a company valued at over $8 billion, with presence across Africa, Europe, and parts of Asia. Its future plans include investing in electric mobility, expanding micro-mobility services, and consolidating a smart city model where transportation is accessible, fast, and sustainable. Even though Bolt grew by focusing on overlooked markets, it's now a heavyweight competitor in the heart of Europe too. It operates in over 150 cities across the continent, including capitals like Lisbon, Prague, Warsaw, Stockholm, and Bucharest. Its value proposition remains crystal clear: lower fares for riders, fairer commissions for drivers. That formula has helped Bolt gain market share in places where Uber once looked unbeatable, especially in Central and Eastern Europe. In countries like Romania, Poland, or Hungary, Bolt isn't the alternative, it's the main mobility platform. And even in more competitive cities like Berlin or Madrid, it has earned a solid position thanks to its multimodal offering and sustainability-focused marketing. Today, Bolt is not just the Uber of emerging markets. It's a fully established European brand with its own infrastructure, diversified services, and a growing presence across the entire continent. What started as a teenager's project now plays in the same league as the biggest players, but on its own terms. Bolt is a perfect example that innovation doesn't have to come from Silicon Valley. Sometimes the smartest strategies are born in small markets, with limited resources, but with a sharp eye on real opportunities. If you enjoyed this success story, give the video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Economy Factor to keep exploring the strategy behind the brands that are changing the world. See you in the next video.